All right, I will. So I will call this General Assembly to order at 5:55 p.m. And if I could get a roll call from VP Rubio, please.
Wait a minute, I thought the roll calls, I was just kind of checking off by seeing everybody in the participants list.
Well, I guess that could be one way of doing it, really, in a defined virtual format. Yeah, so that's fine. But yeah, we'll define that next time. Opening statement. Well, that was very fun. What we just did. I'm very happy that we got a chance to do that, and yeah, I think that really went well, and I'm hoping it really got to some students. So we now will move down to corrections and approval of the minutes from last week's General Assembly, 2 weeks ago General Assembly. If everyone would like to take a look at that for a couple of minutes and let me know.
Idea is that you all look at these ahead of the meeting so that we can just make changes, make motions, all that.
I move to approve the minutes.
All right. Moved by Hessler, and who said that?
Rubio.
Seconded by Rubio. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I guess raise your hand and say aye. And all those opposed, raise your hand or say aye. Abstentions? So moved. There we go. We're for the now we have to do. Okay, now our correction and approval of the agenda for tonight. Because I did by minutes and then I was doing it by agenda. I don't like doing it by minutes and agenda. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That's how I kind of like it. So.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Wait. Do you want to move your racial equality speech to now, to follow up with what just happened with the meeting? Or is that, you know what I'm saying?
I think you're out of order, by the way. I don't know. But no, I don't. I'm fine where it is. But thanks for the suggestion. So we have a motion to approve the agenda by Senator Rugni. Second, do we have a second?
Seconded by Senator Rubio.
Seconded by Rubio. Any discussion? All right. All those in favor, say aye or raise your hand. All those opposed, aye or raise your hand. Abstentions, and it is passed. So, public comments. Do not think we have anyone in here for public comments. And if we do, if anyone would like to speak that is not from the Senate, they can speak, or else we will continue on. All right. Officer and committee reports. Executive council report. Whoa. I really don't remember what we talked. What we talked about racial equity. We talked about the racial equity issue and the special committee and developing that and getting that going, so that by a very near future time we can have something to bring to the Senate, so that the further discussion may be had on that possibly becoming an initiative. That was pretty much the majority of the time taken, and it went long, so nothing else really got talked about. So that concludes my report. Now down to Admin and Finance Committee with VP Rubio.
Hey everybody, so I sent out an email, I think last week, just about, basically it was just like a reminder of hours. It listed off a stipend tracking sheet and then a contact info sheet. I checked earlier today, and I guess it has been a couple of hours, but seeing as it's been, almost a week, if not more, a lot of you have not filled it out. So if I can get everybody to do that, it is totally safe. Like, don't worry, just the people that are in this meeting right now, well, the senators, excuse me, will be able to see. But that's the whole purpose of it, just so we can communicate with each other if we need to. Again, check your hours, check your emails. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, VP Rubio. Now down to Legislative Rules Committee with VP
I'm sorry to
Hessler.
interrupt. I did raise my hand. I guess nobody's.
Oh, I'm sorry,
now.
Senator Rugby.
I do
I'm
have,
trying to put it in the chat. People raise their hand. Sorry, Sean, didn't tell you that.
Oh, okay. Well, the chair recognizes Senator Rugby, so you may speak.
sorry for the abrupt interruption. Vice President Rubio, so on those links, some of them I could not, like they didn't go. And you mentioned something about the stipend, like a checkoff for that, and I never saw that, so that might have been one of your links that doesn't go anywhere.
Okay, so just to kind of back up, when you first clicked the link, did it just say like error, cannot open web page, or did it say like you need to request permission?
A couple of those things, yeah.
Okay, so right after that, I had written that if it does say to ask for permission, you can literally just click request access. And I don't know if it's somebody on like the senator side of it. I don't know if it is Ellie that approves it or Sean, but whoever is doing it has done it for me within minutes. I've been able to access files. So there won't be an issue with that.
Pretty fast.
Yeah, so they're pretty awesome with that. As far as the other thing goes, I will click those links. When I sent it, I did kind of send one to my personal email, and just to make sure that it at least would bring me up to the request permission. And every link worked for me. If anybody else is having that issue, let me know. I will send you those links individually. They had all those in there. That's strange that it's not working. It's a bummer.
It was just like 2 or 3 of them. Like I was able to like click on some of it, so that was the concern, that some of them worked and some of them didn't.
Okay, but yeah, if anything ever says like request permission, and I mean specifically if you see it coming from me or any of the senators, I mean like obviously that makes sense. Just click request permission. They'll very quickly they'll approve you, and then you can just check it and make sure that's what it is. But thanks for bringing that up to me.
Awesome. All right, now we will continue on with Legislative and Rules Committee with VP Hessler.
Yeah, I will actually be stepping down from Senate. So I wanted to thank all of you. I've had a great time, and it's been a great environment for like growth and all that kind of stuff. So thank you guys. And yeah, but I will be stepping down for taking some time away for personal reasons. So that is my report.
All right, thank you, VP Hessler. And I'm going to speak on behalf of the whole Senate when I say it literally breaks our heart, but we wish you the best and all that jazz, that sweet jazz we listened to in the beginning of this. All right, so moving down to Team Development Committee with VP Moreno.
Hello, everyone. So, I hope you all received the email that I sent last night. I will be sending more information, very similar to what I mentioned on my last report. So, hopefully, you guys get the all information. Today, I had the chance of meeting with a senator and getting to know more about each other and things we like. So definitely the this committee is ready to start working and getting ahead of stuff. So yep, that's my report.
Thank you, VP Moreno. Public Relations Committee with VP Boyd.
I don't have a lot to report right now. The vast majority of what I've been working on has been related to the bill that will be presented later today. So I don't really have any other updates at this time.
All right. Thank you, VP Boyd. Now we will move down to special reports with Advisor Report. Advisor Rome.
No report.
All right, no report from Advisor Rome. Student Activities Board with me, President Green. No report. Housing accessibility update. That is vacant. Where did I lose myself? Digital equity update. Senator Zibel.
Oh, look, I got my whole little section. Well, let's bring up my notes here real fast. So, of 600 students who had laptops and hotspots, 30% extended till August, 39% returned, and 17% still need to be returned, and 6% never received a device, hotspot, or laptop. So, I mean, those numbers are pretty good. We're doing good, I'm not gonna lie. The alliteration program has also reached out to us, and they want to do the same thing with handing out devices. So we're going to teach them and give a little extensive knowledge behind that. So I know our idea is finally spreading out there, so we can hopefully get students doing things. I don't know if I'm going to get this 100% right, but there is a tech grant out, I think now, for Title IV students with 0 EFC, which in FAFSA format, that is an estimated financial calculation. That's by when you enter FAFSA for financial aid, you do, what do you have at home, at like assets, cars, a whole bunch of money numbers game. For $850, that was what the grant's for. Students will get an email if they've signed up for FAFSA from now till August 28th. That is the preliminary round of it. So after that, if it goes well, there'll be a second wave after that will be in spring semester and probably, hopefully more money, or if not the same, but there'll be more students eligible for it, and hopefully we can get a lot of people signing up for it. Eduroam is now active, and we have the most active institutions in the state. Eduroam is like a network-based system. I'm not 100% sure on it. I really do not research on that. Let's be honest. I just know that's what they stated. And they are also possibly placing nodes around the state that broadcast our MC secured end Eduroam SSIDs in random spots. So we have students that have more access points. So that's like a subway that will allow us to have our hotspot there. We can put it in a subway in a rural town, and that'll extend our access and internet access to everyone who's out there in those spots. So there's a lot of talk about that. Recently, in the chat, let me bring up the chat. I know everyone had questions. People are also wondering if they can take it home personally. Like if I took one home for me or something, I could have it hosted here, and anybody in the area. I'm in the city, so that really wouldn't work. But if I was out in town, like Sheila, I know you'd be out. That'd be a perfect spot for you if you wanted to get that, put it in your house, and have somebody in your rural areas, use it so they can access the site easier instead of having to deal with most of this dropping internet connection, everything like that. So I know we're working on that, and that's actually getting really fastly approved. There's a lot of talk going on about that happening. So I mean, that's where we stand in that so far. So, I believe that concludes everything.
All right. Thank you, Senator Zebel. Now we move down to Textbook Affordability Committee with VP Hessler.
I have no current report, but the next meeting for that is August 18th at 2 p.m. if anybody was interested in it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, VP Hessler. Now down to regional and metro campus reports. Reedsburg is vacant. Watertown vacant. Portage, Senator Rugby, you sent a report to Marcus, whatever. Could you summarize that report, please?
Yes, I did speak with staff. The Portage campus did open this week with the hours just like Dr. Spearman outlined Monday through Thursday. I think we're gonna be open more hours because I was told 8:30 to 4 they're open, not these 4-hour stints. It's actually the whole day, and that they're taking new admissions during that time, of course, with the appointments, the protocol, just like was outlined in our larger forum. And I checked about the campus food pantry opening. The Portage campus does not have that determined at this time. I also was unable to confirm whether we're going to get another student engagement committee advisor. Those two things remain on my nag at them list till we know what's going on. Any questions? And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Senator Ruggie. Fort Atkinson is vacant. Goodman South, Senator Said, a report.
I don't have a report right now, but I would be having soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Senator Said. Now we move down to College Assembly and Council reports. College Assembly, me, President Green. We would have had a College Assembly next Wednesday, but that got canceled due to lack of things to talk about or whatever. So I have no report for that. Academic Council is vacant. Diversity and Community Relations Council, VP Boyd.
I don't have anything to report. Next meeting is on the 19th, so I anticipate having a report back after that.
All right, thank you, VP Boyd. Facilities Planning and Investment Council, Senator Willis. She on chat, is that?
At the last few meetings, she said there won't be until the fall.
Okay.
Other, councils. So, oh, there's something in the chat if you'd read that.
I'll read it. Advisor Rome confirmed my role as a Senate student representative on the FPIC Council. We are working on confirming that meeting on the first Wednesday of each month from 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and as needed. Third Wednesday of each month from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. will still work for all members for fall semester. This ends my report. Thank you, Senator Willis. And now we move down to Student Affairs Council. We don't. Finance Council with VP Hessler.
So the Finance Council reviewed the policy changes that College Assembly had suggested. And to clarify, the policy they're working on is to promote transparency within the budget approval process so that whoever wants to contribute to that process is able to. So the policy went to College Assembly. College Assembly gave them some suggestions. Then this Finance Council, they were just kind of going over what the suggestions were and how they could resolve those issues. And then Ben Monty also presented on what changes from state level aid could look like could mean to the college's budget. And that was all hypothetical. There's nothing like actually having changed, but there was talk at the state level of aid having, so he was just presenting on what hypothetically it could mean if it did go through.
All right. Seeing as there's no questions, thank you, VP Hessler. Now, Information Technology Council, Senator Zebel. Go for it.
well. Thank you for getting my name on. Hurts my feelings.
Do it.
I'm just kidding now. Not much happened. We just going pretty much over redoing a policy, and that's basically it. We're just making a policy that's gonna telling a policy stating that we're gonna be more transparent of what our decision making is, pretty much throughout what we decide to do. So we were just working on that today, and that's my report.
Hey, no questions. Thank you, Senator Zebel. All right, Institutional Effectiveness Council. Senator Rudney, can you summarize the report for me, please?
Yes. First of all, congratulations to Senate Advisor Rome. She is our new co-chair of Institutional Effectiveness Council. We're really happy about that. She's a busy girl. We reviewed the Assembly's suggested agreement for an effective meeting. That we've gone digital with a few exceptions. We are conducting those meetings in that format. So if you're comfortable with that and you want to join us, we did end up with a fall semester meeting schedule. We're going to continue on the first and third Wednesdays from 2 to 3:30. That's what we've been meeting for the last year. That begins on the 16th. We had a couple of updates. Tim Casper provided the college assembly meeting update. Sean Belling and Ali Zar, I cannot pronounce his name, starts with a Z. What is it, Ali? Zaranam. They represent the Data Governance Board, which came out of the IEC's work. So they provided an update on the outcomes of our WTCS modeled survey, and gave us a good update on that. And also on this argument, I brought this up at the last meeting. So they had to provide this argument submitted to the HLC Assurance Project. And the outcome of that was exceptional. The outcomes found no citations or recommendations for monitoring, so we are doing a great job. And they're working on identifying and receiving approval for their next step in this initiative. We are 4 years into a 10-year accreditation project. Anything else that Ellie may want to add? I'm sorry, Advisor Rome. Are there any questions? And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Senator Ruggie. Professional Development Council, Senator Willis. If you want to type it out, I will read it for you.
It's there.
Oh, awesome. What? You said it is? Okay, yeah. Advisor Rome, confirm my role as the Senate student representative on the PD Council. We are working on confirming that meeting on the first Monday of each month from 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. and as needed, third Monday of each month from 2:30 to 4 p.m. We still work for all members for the fall semester. This ends my report. Any questions? All right. Thank you, Senator Willis. Student Affairs Council, and that is vacant. Now we move down to old business on the topic of racial equity and President Green. This is just on here, the agenda, because it's tabled. There is no report to give at this time. And when there is information at that moment, we will report that. So, but that's all. Any questions? Okay, seeing no questions, we move down to new business items. We have our first bill, it would appear, of the 59th Senate. Woo! Okay, so this is obviously one of those, what you might do, call them things, you say them out loud and everyone votes one at a time. don't leave me hanging here. I've done such a great job so far. This is the one area I'm gonna fail because I don't know.
Resolution. So whoever is bringing the bill, the primary writer, needs to.
Then VP Boyd, would you please talk about this bill for me, please?
Just read it word for word. You can skip over the additional details section. You don't need to say that out loud, but you do need the motion, the three whereases, and then we can go from there.
Okay. So we have the full motion. Senate shall allocate $1,500 for the purchase of 250 face masks and associated promotional items for giveaways. The primary reasoning, whereas one, the giveaways will help raise awareness about Student Senate, and two, students must wear masks when on campus, and three, wearing masks may help slow the spread of the virus and help protect the Madison College community. Do I read the conclusion? Okay. Conclusion, be it enacted by the Student Senate of Madison College assembled that Senate shall allocate $1,500 for the purchase of 250 face masks and associated promotional items for giveaways. So Katrina, I don't know what the shipping costs on that will be yet. I don't know, Ellie, did they give you that with our quote? And the associated promotional items will be essentially, we're going to use it for a social media campaign. So as people receive the masks and share through social media that they received it through Student Senate with pictures, that sort of thing, there will be 3 $25 gift cards, which I think aren't necessarily meaning of, that people who are sharing on social media will be eligible to receive one of Ellie. I see your hand up.
I was just going to add that we might need to purchase labels. We might need to purchase some other things to get these mailed out. So that might be the associated promotional costs. And I'm pulling up my email right now to look at the final cost that they gave us. Have it in a minute.
Yep, and Katrina, it plans to be 3, so it would be under the $100 limit. So associated cost was more of a blanket statement instead of the itemized, since the under, I don't remember exactly how it read, but with the under 100 not necessarily needing to be spelled out. $250 masks are being purchased.
And the final cost for the masks that you landed on was $897.52. And includes shipping, which was, includes shipping and the setup charge and the cost of the masks. So well under the 1,500. That was only made clear to me today after the bill was written.
So,
Guys had his hand up for a bit.
yeah, the chair recognizes Shy.
Thank you for recognizing me on this bill. I did the math beforehand, and I appreciate you clarifying the numbers. I had a little bit of difficulty hearing those numbers. If you can repeat those, the numbers that you were presenting, Ellie. My concern was just going to be with the I think it's a really neat thing, and it's important. But I just wanted to have the clarification on the numbers and how set in stone all those decisions are.
Yeah. So
So kind of two-pronged. I just want to hear the numbers again. It's kind of hard to hear you suddenly, Ellie. I'm not sure what.
Printing, shipping costs, etc., of 250 masks. The total cost is $897.52.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And then
Katrina, I'm trying to get oh, I'm sorry. I'll type in the box. Go ahead, Shy.
okay, so just about. I mean, thank you for giving me the detailed number. But for all intents and purposes, $900, whole deal, 250 masks. Is that right? Okay, I see a head nodding. Okay. And then my other question was 200. Maybe I missed it. Where did 250 come from for like the number of masks?
Because it's an ongoing promotional giveaway. So for Wolfpack Welcome, we don't have a definite number, but it can be used for future giveaways as well.
Okay. So if you, for example, allocated more funds, you would in theory, I don't know, maybe you get a discount on the bulk purchase. You know, like masks are something that people are having to, wash. Some are disposable, but like they're kind of like they're high in value because they get so much use, right? I just wanted to know if that number has been discussed as being higher or lower for whatever reason. But yeah, that was my main pause here. When I did the math, originally it looked like you're purchasing masks at wholesale cost. It was like $6 a mask. But with the new number 900, yeah, closer to 350 a mask. That makes a little bit more sense. I yield back.
And
Chair
can you
recognizes.
respond to part of Shy's point as well?
You got like a minute to do that. You got a
Okay,
minute
so
to respond back to that.
additionally, we do need to write the bill. You need to at least cover the expense. So without having the firm numbers, we needed to be over instead of under and asking for not enough in that space. So it's with the numbers we have back, I don't anticipate hitting the 1500 exactly. So, or even being up that high. So, and Sean, if you wanted to finish what you were.
Chair recognizes VP Hessler.
I was just going to say, to the point of those who haven't been in Student Senate and haven't seen how these promotional items kind of work, is that we usually buy more than we need and then we have them for a while. So then you can take them, like when we were tabling, we would take them and just like put them on the table to get people to come talk to us. So I'm assuming that that's how they're being used, is that there's the intention to use them for the Wolfpack Welcome, but then there'll be extras to have for the future. Correct me if I'm wrong in that. But I'm just
That's correct.
clarifying that for people who haven't been in the office and seen those kinds of things. You might not have that experience and have that idea of how those work.
Chair recognizes Shy.
Thank you for the clarification. My intention in asking about the number was actually closer the opposite. I was wondering, with such a popular item, if you would still have leftovers having 250. I think it might be something so popular you run out on your first run or two with it. That's really where I was coming from with it. I understand you want to have some surplus, and it certainly might help the cost a little bit, maybe even go down if you end up ordering a few more. So I don't know. That's why I brought it up.
But could this be one of those point of order things where I just say that's irrelevant? We're not. That's irrelevant. We can talk about that later. Talking about the bill right now.
It's in the bill to have that.
But
I
I know. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have the money has been put there. She's buying X amount of X. Elizabeth just said these are the same items that we reuse, like the ice scrapers, like all the other Senate, goodies that we always hand out when we do tabling. If we need more of them, we can then make another bill to make more of them. But I feel like we are going back and forth over the specifics when those need to be going over specifics. If we're not spending the full 1500 and itemizing the full 1500, then why are we going over specifics? Is
Point
that
of order, you have 3 senators who have their hands up. So first
okay?
I saw Runge, then Jones, then Willis. And I would also say that this is exactly what happens with a bill. You are supposed to debate the details of it to make sure that it is perfectly clear how many masks and how much money can be spent. So that's
Okay.
all very
Well,
appropriate.
then I'm out of order. I apologize. Who was the next one that had their hand up? What? All right. Chair recognizes Senator Rugby.
I make a motion to amend the bill to specifically address the cost, was 800 and, I don't have it here, the 800 some dollars for the mask, and then the $325 gift cards. I make a motion to amend it to specifically have those amounts.
Okay. There is okay. I just need is the second Jonathan for the second to extend the time, or was the second to what Senator Rugby said about making a motion? I just need clarification. All right. All right. So say that thing again, because I'm not going to be able to say it correctly before I ask if we want to do this. So
I make a motion to amend the bill to reflect the exact cost of the 250 face masks and the $325 gift cards.
And
so the motion that
can I ask
okay.
a question for Sheila, because she may want to add, I guess, to fill into this proportion? How would you like us to then account for packaging, shipping expenses, anything associated with it, with the giveaways being remote in nature at this point? And Marcus might have an answer to this too, or I don't know if it's the sub point, but if we make a motion and it doesn't account for these other costs that are right now slight question marks, again, if the money doesn't get spent, it doesn't harm us, but we can't underfund it. So it's important that we don't lowball all of the associated costs. I mean, I will be transparent. I can report back and all of that. There's nothing being hidden here, but it's important with the way the bill is written that we don't undershoot all of costs associated.
Okay, well, there has been a motion's been seconded, so we have to make a vote right now, all right, on the exact cost of the exact cost. Am I getting that correctly, Senator? The motion is to spend the exact cost of what the masks and the specifics are, and that's it. Is that correct?
Yes, the cost associated with the purchase of the 250 face masks and the cost associated with the $325 gift cards.
Okay, so you have a second. I feel like we just did some discussion, so I'm going to say all those in favor of just for the amount of the $250 in the masks and the X amount of dollars in the promotional items, all those in favor, say aye or raise your hand right now. All those opposed, raise your hand or say aye right now.
Nay. Aye.
Point of order. I'm very sorry. We are voting to amend the bill, or are we voting to pass the bill?
Amend.
We're it's an amend. We're changing it from the 1,500 basically and saying we're just gonna spend what it would cost just for the masks itself and the promotional item cost, not including any additional costs that may occur when like VP Boyd mentioned the shipping and delivery or whatever. Just paying for what it is at cost value. That's what the motion is being made.
I don't know that is the motion. I'm sorry.
Correct me if I'm wrong, then, sir.
I'm gonna need some clarification. Maybe we can type the motion so we can be clear on what the actual motion is. That would be really helpful, so we know what we're voting on.
Is everybody else unclear? Because I feel like everybody should be clear on what that motion was. Okay, Senator Runge
She's,
wants.
she's typing it. She's typing it. That's what she's doing. So it looks like she's changing the amount to a more specified amount that is paying just for the materials at what it would cost at its value. Nothing, no additional expenses or anything else. That's right? Chair recognizes VP Hessler.
Also, to clarify, for those shipping costs, as long as it's under $100, it does not need to be included in the bill. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Ellie, but this is for the cost over $100 of those masks, the gift cards.
It can be, but people were asking for more transparency with details in the bill, so.
Okay, well, there's been a motion to postpone this until a later date. Second, is there
No,
a
I
second?
second that. I second that.
So the problem if we
Discussion.
postpone is we will not have anything to give out for Wolfpack Welcome from Student Senate. There isn't, if that is a motion.
I'm
Elizabeth,
just following these. I'm just following the rules right now. Motion
We're in
was,
discussion. We're in discussion.
and that's where we're at right now. We're in the discussion aspect of it because he seconded. There's got to be a discussion before a vote gets made. VP Hessler.
It might help to clarify if somebody could put the bill up on the screen and put the amendment that is being proposed into it so we can see what that looks like, so we can all visualize and have that. Thank you. I don't see the changes that's being made though.
Oh, I guess I'm just putting up the bill. I don't have anything else. I can't see anyone but you right
Okay.
now. So
Senator Runge, can you clarify what you would be like to change and where you wanted to put it in?
Again, and I guess Ellie did put in the chat the exact numbers. My motion is to change the language to reflect just the cost of the 250 face masks and the three $25 gift cards. If you'll see in the chat, and this was brought to the Senate's attention by VP Hessler, these nominal costs, as Jenna mentioned, Vice President Boyd mentioned when she brought this bill forward, those are under $100, and as such, we don't have to have them in this bill. The cost for the shipping can just come out of our nominal cost because they're not that much. That way, we'll be very transparent about exactly what we're purchasing in this large. And it'll be the one bill. It'll be the bill for imprint. Does that help?
Yes, so it sounds like you're asking to put additional information, point 3.
No,
sorry, it sounds like you're asking to amend additional information.
Amend the amount to reflect
the amount, just strictly switch the amount. At the formal motion, she wants the dollar amount to reflect what our cost for only the masks will be. And because the other promotional materials are under 100, it doesn't need to be included, and we can do that separately since it's not part of the formal. Am I understanding you correctly, Sheila?
Actually, in the bill, also the cost for those three $25 gift cards, and just spell it all out like you're writing out a check. This is what
Okay,
costs
so
and this is what that costs.
Can I give you a recommendation on what your motion could be then, Senator Runge?
I think I've stated it twice.
So, Okay, so the motion is to change the amount in the formal motion and in the conclusion, as well as add that additional information of what that number reflects.
No, the motion is to amend the bill to reflect the actual cost of the $250 face mask and the actual cost of the $325 gift cards for that total amount. That is the motion. And if you want to make a different motion, that's fine, but that's the motion that I'm bringing forward.
Okay, I'm just trying to help clarify because it sounds like there's a lot of confusion. So Ellie, what was that final number for that, the total? The 1072? So everyone understands. Never mind.
I can't see anyone. So.
Give me one moment.
Because we're vampires, you can't see us.
No, because I'm sharing my screen. I can't see anybody. Official grid view.
I'm sticking my tongue out at you and you would never know.
There we go.
So VP Boyd, you can accept a friendly amendment if you would like that. Like if you agree to that, doesn't need a second, you can just say yes.
Yeah, I'm fine switching it to the $900, spell it out $900 for the masks, $75 for the 3 promotional gift cards. So a total of $975.
Okay.
Sorry, I saw the baby and I got excited.
So now what happens? Because
So for a friendly amendment, we can change
Make a
the
motion
language,
to
I believe.
Or to pass this bill.
say that again.
Someone needs to make a motion to actually vote on the bill.
Okay. Out of all fairness, this bill, there was a motion by Luke to table it or whatever. At the same time, that motion doesn't that motion have to go through first?
It was made out of order because there was already a motion on the table.
Okay. So, is someone make a motion to pass this bill?
Well, if we do a friendly amendment, correct? So we would need to type it. I don't have the screen share on, so if we type it up as requested to allocate $897 for the masks, exactly how Ellie has it in, or Katrina added it. So we need to change that in the formal motion to reflect that language. And then I believe, is that correct, Ellie? Am I understanding correctly that we can do a formal or a friendly amendment?
You got control now, Jenna. You can control. You can do whatever you want now. You have control of my mouse.
Does it let me
You
type?
gotta change it up there at the top, not highlight it instead. So you want to just unclick that. There you go. The chair recognizes Shy. You got something to say?
I was just gonna try to clean it up a little bit. If it's not out of order, I would actually like to make a motion to vote on passing this bill pending those friendly amendments that we all seem to understand.
I got everything except the middle part of what you said.
I'll repeat it. If it's not out of order, I would like to make a motion to pass this bill pending those friendly amendments that we all seem to understand.
Yeah. Okay, now I hear you. Yes, I would say why not? I don't really.
So that's.
Hands up.
I can't see anyone's hands up.
Jones. Sorry, I put it in the chat. I thought you could see it.
Senator Jones, chair recognizes you.
Thank you, Chair. And I just wanted to make a quick point for everybody to understand that I was trying to do earlier before we got into this whole discussion, and then I'll let it go to the motion that Shai presented. The reason why we cannot have such a large sum of unallocated funds is because, as a matter of accountability, whatever that we are purchasing has to have some form of declared intent to it. So you can't just have $600 sitting in PR for whatever they may want to purchase or not. We need actual numbers. There are margins of allocation, obviously unknowns, but in terms of $600 plus, that's a really large portion of the budget that we can't just leave unallocated. I understand that it's still going to be used for Senate use, but just for future things to keep in mind, having your requested costs as close to the margin of what you're expecting to pay is what is appropriate in terms of the bill.
Thank you, Senator Jones.
I appreciate it, and we didn't have the final numbers till today. It was based on the original mask design, so I do apologize.
No, and I completely understand. I think everyone does. I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page with that and where the point of contention was with a lot of senators.
All right, point of order, we're at have a motion on the table that has not been seconded. Rungy's hand is up.
Okay, well, motion made by Shai, seconded by Rungy. Any discussion? All those in favor then, raise your hand visually or say aye. Okay.
Oh, are we passing this bill? Is this passing it right
that's
now?
what we're doing right now.
Bills require a roll call vote.
Oh. Okay, well, I said. Who does that? Who does that? I'm not trying to be upset here, but who does that?
I think that's me.
Oh,
because
okay.
I don't know.
Isn't
And
it?
I asked you
don't
guys,
know.
I said, I'm going to fail this part because I said, I don't know. And I gave you guys a heads up. I don't know what to do. So can we do that and pass this thing is what I'm asking. And Chair recognizes Senator Zevil, whatever.
All right, so not to make this extend any longer, but I see that these aren't even FDA approved masks. I mean, I don't know. I don't find that safe, I guess. We're just gonna purchase something that's not even approved by some.
I think we've
higher
moved out of discussion though, haven't we?
Oh well, if we did, well, man. But if I say no to the bill, don't we still have to discuss why I said no to it? Isn't so? That's what I'm trying to stop right now.
No, because it's not a unanimous vote, is it?
Oh
No,
well,
it's a majority.
Oh,
So-
I guess then screw that. Never mind.
Okay, well, I should be able to go back to the video and do the roll call. I saw that everybody voted. If you want to put your vote in the chat, that might be helpful, so I can do that afterwards, if people are comfortable with that.
So so you're saying that you're going to go back and review it and then do the part with like there, and then that means it's passed though, correct? Or
Just making
or
sure
it
that- I have seen 2 nays. If there are any more, please put them in the chat. Or if you're abstaining, otherwise it's going to pass.
so I would say I would say it passed then, right? No one else said anything, or I can't see anything else.
I saw 3 nays and would have been 8 ayes, so it passes.
Okay, then, bill passes. And when you're done, Jenna, you can let me have control of my mount. You done?
Yes, I'm done. What do I do?
There we go. I've got control back. So we're good. And I'm gonna stop sharing if everyone is good with that. Ooh. All right, awesome. No, I think we are done with that bit. If there are anything, we're done with that. Non-business housekeeping items, there appears to be none. Moving down to announcements. Reminder, get your office hours logged. And I will also say to VP Rubio's point, please fill out that contact information. It is really important, and it's not that hard to do if we so get it done. And secondly, check Teams in your school email, please. And that is, do we have something in the chat? My thing's blinking. All right, and so
I make a motion to adjourn.
all right, motion by Zebel.
I second that.
For opening up for announcements. Sorry, that was probably my.
Ow.
What?
Announcements has an announcement.
I can't. I literally have parts of it cut out as soon as. What did you say?
Senator Jones has an announcement.
Oh, all right, Senator Jones.
Thank you, President Green. I'll keep this quick. I just want to let you all know, being that I am the new communications coordinator, if you could all get your report summary sent to me by the end of the week that the meeting is actually taking place in, so Sunday, 11:59 p.m., that would help me immensely in making sure that we're keeping an accurate log of our minutes. I will also be emailing you if I have any questions regarding your reports after going over the record, just to make sure I get everything as accurate as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Jones, for mentioning that. All right, so we had Zebel made a motion to adjourn. It was seconded by Saeed. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand or say aye. And all those opposed, do the same thing. Any abstentions? It would appear that the motion is passed. We are now adjourned. All right, awesome.
Thanks for sticking with it. I'm gonna say hi. Oh.
Hi.
I wanted to see her. Oh, you're so sweet.
Yep. Doesn't look like me at all.
Oh my God. She's a doll. Hi, honey. I didn't mention it before either. I love the color of your room, how you painted that office. That's really cute. I like it.
I spent a lot of time painting, so glad it paid off.
Well, good to see you, Ellie. Good to see you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Man, sorry that was so convoluted.
Yeah, can I bug you for like 2 seconds? Promise
Yeah.
2 seconds because I get the little kid thing. Is there anything? Sometimes I get a really weird energy, and I don't know if it's like a just some people wanting to be a certain way, or if it's more of a, I don't know how to read the room, I guess, at this point. So there are some things that just feel a little bit